Real life street stars. We here with Division. A young goat in the building, man. What's up with it, brother?
How you doing? I'm good.
For everybody ain't knowing Deaf Dumb Stupid living up under a rock, man, let's tell them where you from.
Toronto, Canada, Scarborough to be exact. But yeah, up top.
Now, first and foremost, before we even get into the history and everything of what you're going on, you in Dallas, you in Texas. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, what is the myth of Texas women up in Toronto?
I don't know if it's a myth. I mean, it's reality.
Oh, talk to them.
I mean, you know, Southern hospitality is a real thing. Bunch of beautiful, fun-loving, music-loving.
Yeah, they love to have fun down here.
Yeah, music-loving, food-loving. Black, beautiful queens that love to, you know, have a good time.
Amen. Let's go. Let's get a little early start, man. Tell us about how you got into the music, man.
I mean, I've been making or trying to make music, I guess, in my, you know, from when I was a kid. I've been in love with music from day one. But I didn't really get into the industry until probably, I would say, like the late 20-teens, around there, or mid-20-teens, is when I started trying to write records and trying to get stuff placed, and you know, which eventually turned to putting something out on my own, not really knowing if it was gonna work out. You know, me and my producer, the other half of Division 85, he kind of really was the battery in my back as far as being like, yo, let's really let the world hear the music that we've been making, that we've been keeping to ourselves. At the point where things really started to click and success kind of came was pretty much at the point I was about to give up on it, if I'm gonna, you know, keep it a bean. So, you know, everything in God's timing.
What was the thing that kept you going? Like, you said you were about to give up. Like, you quit and then it happened, or you were like literally like.
Like in my head, I was kind of like, maybe it's just not gonna pan out for me, you know? I was kind of in my head about what I was gonna do if it didn't, and what I was gonna do if I just, you know, let it go. And, you know, that would have been nothing good. I probably would have been in all kinds of bullshit.
I was just gonna ask, so what do you think you would be doing right now if you had to quit?
Oh my God. The way that I'm not good with 9 to 5s. I can't listen to anybody sit there and tell me what to do all day. So, I mean, my options would have been very limited. I mean, if it wasn't in music, I don't think it would have been anything positive.
So what was you doing for money? Was you like, was you one of them niggas that...
We gonna cut the camera or what you want to do? No, I mean, right before it happened, I was working a job. I was part of a music program in the city that actually helped people trying to get into the music business that come from, you know, situations that are a little bit less fortunate, don't have the access. But it was kind of a push and pull with me because I was helping people get to a place that I wasn't even at yet. Yeah. So I'm sitting here trying to tell people to keep going and helping them build their projects, and I'm pretty much sitting on music in my own head and in my own space that I feel like is never gonna get heard. So It kind of hurt me at the same time as I was giving back, which was, you know, it was weird because it felt amazing to give back, but at the same time it's like, damn, this isn't really gonna happen for me. Yeah. So.
See, it's crazy, right? Because I was telling them, like, I'm an R&B nigga, so I got like a playlist just full of people that probably nobody knows, right?
Right.
And you know, for me, you've been putting in work for a long time. You got songs with Snow Allegra, you got, you know, and Snow Allegra was another dope artist. Sure. But it's weird that it took this song with you, Jermaine, and Brian Michael Cox for the world to kind of see your talent. Mm-hmm. And then now it's kind of like, now you're known as the toxic nigga that's talking about cheating. Does that kind of fuck with you? Like, damn, I've been putting all these fire ass records out, but this the one y'all niggas finally gravitate to? Does that hit you? Like, damn.
Yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, we knew that before we made the record. Before we put the record out, we had played it in the studio at Jermaine's studio for, I would say, no less than 100 people at different times, whether it's 10 people one day, 7 people the next day, but we played it over and over and over just to see what was happening. We played a bunch of records, but that song, every time we played that record, the whole room would bust in the argument. Everybody had a million opinions to say. Women were on one side, and women were all divided. That was the other part, because some women are like, I get it, he's talking the truth. And some girls are like, oh, it's a bop. And then some girls are like, I'm triggered, I'm mad. And you know what I mean? So it was all these different reactions. And there was, a bunch of men that were like, finally, somebody said it. Oh my God, we got one. Yeah, men feeling like that. And they haven't felt like that with R&B, period.
No, for real.
There hasn't really been an anthem that guys want to sing ever, really. There's been songs we want to sing,
right,
but I don't know if they've been looked at as anthems like that.
Yeah.
And so I think we knew before we put it out, like, this is gonna start a great conversation. We didn't think it was gonna go where it went.
Right.
Like, literally, we dropped that song and I woke up the most trending topic in America, like, literally. So it was a bit of a shock, and I had to get adjusted to all the things that were being said. And it was crazy because, again, like you're saying, we've had all these records and they're saying this. So I'm watching a bunch of people that have no clue what we do, what we've been about, what
like I can really sing.
Like I will. Like
I really go hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Years, goddamn.
I'm not them. Like, don't get me twisted. Don't get it fucked up over here. I'm not anything that you guys have been hearing. So it's funny, but it's dope because what it does is it gives a fresh runway to kind of be like, all right, cool. Now that you guys are all looking, I can go and show you what you guys have been missing. So it's dope.
Man, speaking of cheating, man, Boston Celtics coach, man, he didn't win it. He jumped out there, cheated on Nia Long. What advice would you give for him right now?
If you want that woman, and if that's the woman you want to be with, you better make her feel like that's the woman you want to be with. I think a lot of times it's not even the cheating that will decide whether you stay together, it's how you move after that, right? I think you can make a woman still understand or feel like she means the world to you and you fucked up, versus being like, oh, what you want? I'm a Boston Celtics coach. Like, he's not, if that was his vibe, then, chances are slim. But if he's gonna go into it and wanna like really, make her feel and make her understand that she's his queen, she's the one for him, then, he's got some work to do, I guess.
Is there, like, this is Nia Long we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is there some people that just, damn it, man, just please keep your dick in your pants. Just protect our black queens. God damn it.
She like top 5.
This is the thing. Man, am I gonna get canceled for this?
No. We don't do cancel.
I'm gonna say this. I think as men right now, I've been watching this throughout the week, and I think that we're being very hypocritical, because I think all of us have been saying like, oh, Nia, like, oh, it's Nia. But realistically, we know what it is. We know what it is. It has no, and that's the important part about the song that I hope people can get to, is it has nothing to do with the person that you're with, right? No matter who it is that you're with, if your ego is in a place where that feels like that's how you gotta go, scratch your itch, if that's how you gotta go prove that you can conquer new things, if that's how you gotta, if that's what the path that you're on, regardless, it doesn't matter what the woman is. How many men have amazing women and they still do that? Beautiful women, successful women, accomplished women, family women, loyal women, and it's the same situation, right? So I don't think that Nia Long or any woman is just automatically exempt because we've loved and adored them for so long. I think relationships are relationships, and if it's real, you're gonna go through some real shit.
Now, we know there are a number of men who salute you for this song because you're speaking a truth that we all want to say, but there's also a number of men who we got our fist up like black men don't cheat at all. And you kind of, so have you gotten any flack from the other side of those men who's like, hey, bro, keep our secrets, bro?
I mean, I'm sure there's some. But I mean, I think the problem with cheating is the secrets, right? It's the dishonesty that comes with it. I think that we got to get to if we're ever gonna progress, we're gonna have to address it at some point. So, I mean, this was a time for us to just be real, take a long, good look in the mirror. And this, at the same time, as much as we, as men, we heard it, and because we heard other guys, and it's something that we felt, we took it as our own. Let me tell you, there is a whole load of women that are hearing this song and can relate to a lot of it at the same time. Because they've been doing the same thing, because they've had it done to them, because their homegirl's doing it, because their mom was, cheated on by their dad, whatever it is, whatever angle it is that they're coming at it from. But women are definitely cheating just as much, if not more than men at this point, is from what I've been told from like specialists and therapists.
Now, as like certain rap artists, you rap about a certain thing and you're automatically associated with that thing. Yeah. And we know R&B artists are no different. Mm-hmm. How do you escape the stigma of the song that, a song that you made that is a good song, but it's not exactly what you live in. It's just a good song. Do you still get that stigma that you have to carry now?
I mean, we make more songs.
Yeah.
One thing about us and what we've always been confident about is the music. And I don't believe by any means that after the next record we're about to drop, after the record after that, after this album comes out, that people are still gonna just be thinking one thing about Division. Yeah. Because, this album is a story. Yeah. That was a part of the story. Yeah. So.
Man, one of the dope things about the video in particular, you had Poor Minds, who's some dope podcasts, and you had Maul in there.
Yeah.
Who, I love Rory and Maul and the Joe Budden show. So tell me about like your decision to put them in a music video.
We were kind of looking for, in the beginning, we were looking for like a comedic person. And then we said, it might look a little bit forced or stretched if we just go get some comedian that I don't actually fuck with or talk to like that to come and play like he's my friend.
Yeah.
So we thought of Maul because we actually have a rapport, between us and Rory and, their podcast that they were a part of and, the love they've shown over the years. We've built a rapport and, a relationship. So Maul was the first decision. And then after that, we were kind of like, okay, now we need to cast these ladies.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know what? This song is such a conversation piece. Why not put people that have conversations
and they are perfect
in the video?
They're funny as hell too.
Yeah.
Now in the video, at the very end.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that ending, bro.
All right, so Maul ends up leaving his phone, and he thought it was your phone, whatever. And the question I have, is, your girl turned around in like some very skimpy looking clothing.
Right.
Should a female be allowed to wear those type of clothes around your homeboy?
I don't think we can use the word allowed.
Yeah, right. You sound controlling, right?
Yeah, let's not use allowed.
Because women are allowed to do whatever they would like. But would I want my girl coming out in her lingerie or nightgown in front of my nigga? No, I'd be like, whoa. Okay, what are we doing? But it was supposed to, represent that this is in the heat of the moment thing. She was in the house like this and she just stormed out. She's not caring about what she's wearing in that moment. So that's all. Yeah.
I gotta ask about this, man, because again, I'm a huge Joe Budden fan. And actually, Joe Budden, when they play the Sleepers, is kind of how I learned about Division. They were kind of critical about the song, and y'all kind of went back and forth. What is your take about his thoughts about the song? Wasn't necessarily, it didn't give him the vibe that you were going for, which was the deeper meaning.
I think that his critique of it was, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, so it's all good at the end of the day, and it's all love. But I just think some of the things that he said about it were a little bit. It's almost like someone that didn't see the picture. People are so used to getting things a certain way, right? And so people are assuming that when you give a cheating record, you're supposed to give the remorse. Like I think he said something like, I can't play this for my girl after I go cheat on her. It's like, that's not the point.
Didn't get it.
Don't play it.
This is not that song, So I think that people sometimes are used to getting things a certain way.
Yeah.
And everybody jumped to a bunch of the whole internet jumped to a bunch of conclusions.
Right.
And then as the days went by, I started to see the same accounts that were tweeting start changing their tunes, and people turn and be like, actually, on second listen, it's kind of catchy. And the third listen, oh no, this shit's a bop. And then, oh, you know what? I get what they're doing. I understand what. So I think it just takes a second.
Right.
And with anything new, it takes a second. Right. I told Jermaine this before we even dropped the record. I said, yo, you don't realize this, but this has never happened, what we're about to put out. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm telling you, there is no song like this, period, in the history of music where somebody created something that would normally be almost like a blues type record. It's 3/4 timing, it's this kind of like slow, but it has this 808 drum, so it keeps it bopping like it's gonna play in the club. Then it has a Jay-Z sample, but then it has a guy that really sings, but then he's singing in a way that makes it so everybody else can sing along. There's a chant hook, and it's saying something that has never really been said just this cut and dry. Like, this combination is creating something completely new. And he was like, really? And then when we dropped it, I was like, I told you.
Now, I know that you said Jermaine Dupri had a hand in helping create the song.
Mm-hmm.
So at any time during the creative process, did you just kind of side eye and be like, Janet Jackson? Did you at any moment?
No. He, I think he thought that, I feel like at one point he thought people were gonna try to make some correlation about that. But I mean, I think that most of the fingers got pointed at Division.
Yeah, as they do.
Yeah.
Now, so you have Jermaine Dupri, like you said, kind of help coming in the studio, coming with the hook.
Yeah.
And you have from Xscape, Kandi and Tiny doing a remix. If you cheated,
Is that what they call it? If you get caught? Oh yeah, if you get caught cheating or something.
If you get caught, yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
You see them make that. Of course, the correlation from Jermaine to Xscape back to you. When you see them do their remix and like you said, the flip they put on it, what are your thoughts? Because they're trying to speak from a woman's standpoint of if you get caught, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out and run one on you.
Right.
Don't be mad.
Right.
What are your thoughts when you hear the lyrics of that song?
There's a few different things. One is it's Xscape, and I'm super honored, right? That's first and foremost. Two is you guys are some of the last people on the planet that should be talking to me about a song about cheating. You guys, I'm like, what? You made the side chick anthem of all time, said, I love being in the same room with you and your girlfriend. The fact that she doesn't know really turns me on. And now you're mad about somebody being with a cheating song. That was I was like, okay, cool. But then the other side of it that I loved is what this song brings about, because the song works in a lot of different ways. When the way that I want it to really work at the end of it is I wanted to bring conversations to the table that are gonna progress relationships, right? And one thing that I noticed that the song has brought out is the double standards in men, and then the hypocriticism on women. Yeah. Because women are all cheering on girls talking 10 times more toxic right back at us. I didn't say, hey, I'm cheating on you, I'm gonna go sleep with your friend. And these girls are all coming back saying the craziest things at us, and they're all like, yeah, now we rocking with it. And I'm like, wait, you just said 10 times worse than what I said in my record, but now it's okay because you guys said it, right? So I think that what it is it's kind of putting a mirror in front of everybody, and everyone's having to address themselves, and which causes, friction and shock and uncomfortable. But, at the end of the day, it's all in fun.
Hypothetically speaking, man, if a young man did get caught cheating, what is something that he could say to get out of
I think that depends on the situation. Every situation is going to be different with that. I don't think there's any one. Like she walks in and says it.
Yeah, walk in.
I mean, the only thing I've ever heard anybody try long dicking. Okay. The only thing that I think that anybody has ever said that I've heard is, shaggy.
Right.
Shaggy. You better try that. That wasn't me. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, I don't think that there's any one thing you can say. You gotta just, if you want to keep that girl, you better make sure she realizes that.
Have you ever had to use your singing ability to win a female back?
No. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
You never sung your ass. That's the whole point.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, and this might ruin a lot of women's fantasies, but I don't like singing for girls that I'm actually with. Damn. Because it starts to make me feel like, okay, is this what it is? Like, you're here because I have a talent versus you're here because you like I feel like it's cheating. It's almost like I've cheated to get this girl. I use a skill set.
Up, down.
I want to at least feel like I got this off of me versus I got this off the fact that I can just do this.
Nigga,
so I'm not the guy that's like, hey baby, sit down, let me sing something for you. I'm not that.
Man, I'd be butt ass on the piano. Yeah. Nah, that's wild, man. So let me ask you this: like, if you caught your girl cheating, like, would you just get some get back, or would you leave her? Like, can it be like? Is that something that you can get past? Like, or you just hit cousins?
What kind of cheating are we talking about? Because there's different kinds of cheating.
No.
Like she's sleeping with someone else?
Not that wild ass shit that they asked her.
Okay.
Just a situation. She came from the club, met a male dude, went too far. She got caught, and now this is this situation in front of us.
Yeah. See, I think I could believe that she loves me, but I don't know that would make me stay. And it's the same right that women have in the same way.
Why is it that men can't stay after?
Because I think, and this is generally speaking, commonly speaking, we're physical beings. We're wired a little bit different, and so when something touches the physical of our person or it almost like emasculates us. It's almost like you might as well just like cut our balls off in our minds. We're not even men anymore. So I think it takes away something at our actual nature. Whereas women, they're more emotional beings than physical. So if you can find a way to nurture the emotional part, you might have a chance of them getting over the physical part, is what I commonly hear anyways.
Now, speaking of that, you have mentioned that, men normally will probably cheat for ego. Mm-hmm. But do you feel like is monogamy or not cheating going against man's nature?
I think it's going against a lot of men's nature. I don't know that every single person, because I think when I grew up, I was nowhere near thinking I'm gonna be the guy that has X amount of girls at the same time. I was in my longest relationship, I was faithful from front to back, completely.
How long was that?
About like 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah, but mind you, Yeah. All the way from the end of high school into the beginning of the years right after that. And then, but after that, things change, life changes, you experience different things, you make different decisions. So I don't know that the same thing applies to everybody at the same times in their life. But I think for a lot of men, I think a lot of men, at their core, certain things to do with monogamy doesn't naturally come to them. They feel like, okay, yeah, I know I have my favorite thing, but I feel like I should have other things as well, or person or car or whatever it might be. Whereas I find women a lot of times, they're like, they always want the pink Ferrari, they get the pink Ferrari, and that's what they wanted.
Not to ask you, and I just want your thoughts on this. So, NLE Chopper recently just, of course, broke up with his girl because he chose a more polygamistic lifestyle. and I'm assuming she just couldn't get with, emotionally she couldn't get with it. Do you feel yourself or men in general can possibly take a woman coming at them with the same notion that, hey, I want to live a polygamistic lifestyle to where it's not just you, it's multiple men. And I want to let you know that I'm dealing with multiple men.
Wait, sorry. A woman comes to me and says that?
A woman comes to a man
and says she wants to deal with multiple
men.
men.
You're one of many.
Right.
And you have to get with this.
I think that there's
I'm
men,
bossed up and you just got to get with it.
I think I've heard men say that they're okay with that stuff. Yeah. Because but what that is, what I actually believe is that I don't know that man loves that girl.
Right.
He might just want that girl, be cool to be with that girl. Oh, she's such and such a person. She's so bad. She has this and this and this and this and this and this. Cool. That's I'll deal with that, But I think once you actually love somebody, I think it changes a lot of times how men feel, anyways, about that kind of thing.
Now you played a new song that's dropping Friday. They got my favorite R&B group, Jagged Edge, on it. Oh man, and you were singing on that one. Talk to us about that. So how did you link up with Jagged Edge, man?
At Jermaine's studio.
Yeah.
They just happened to be coming in after one. I think they were just at the club, and they just pulled up just to say what's up to Jermaine, and I think it was Brandon at first. He heard the song because I had the song was already done without them, and then he heard it and he was just like, "Yo, this song is like magic. This song is gonna play forever. Like the song is just so amazing. Like you gotta just make sure that this song gets highlighted." And then at the end of the record, I was kind of just like, it feels like it needs something. I don't know what it is. And we thought, what if we actually make Jagged Edge come and just sing their like classic harmonies and sing and bring that real vibe to it. That because even the piano that's on it, and so is B Cox, and he obviously did all those Jagged Edge records. So they came in and they blessed us, man. They really blessed us, and they've been really dope and supportive, and big shout outs to them for sure.
Now, your style of R&B is what I would figure more traditional love and love making, like real baby making music. Do you feel like you have something that's going to be a difficulty coming up against the more supercharged R&B, where it's just more like it's love, but it's just trap, or it's this, but it's not really R&B, but it's R&B-ish, but it just kind of is following the wave of like trap and rap?
I think that's what makes division. I think that we're not them. We're not trying to be them. We're not scared to be ourselves, which is, kind of the meaning of what division is. So I don't want to be like anybody, I want us to go in and make music that we love. If that happens to have some trap shit on it, then it happens to have some trap shit on it. If it's, talking about, if somebody gets caught cheating, it's talking about that. If it's something like Too Deep and it's just about, not wanting to pull out, it's as real as it gets. I want to make the... I want to make...
That's as real as it gets. Keep it in.
I don't want to... Yeah, I want us to have... if nothing else, I want people to be like, this is the realest niggas in the game as far as how the subject matter and what we choose to talk about and how we talk about it, for sure.
Now you do like real R&B. With the situation when you see like a Future, a little TJ, the other rappers who are also melodic, where they consider that R&B. What are your thoughts when you see those melodic rappers placed in the R&B category?
I feel like they should have a category for themselves that is closer to melodic rap. Best melodic rap collab should be like a whole thing, because not only does it takes away a little bit from R&B when you put it in the same thing, but I think on the other side, it doesn't even give them their credit on the fact that, a whole new genre has emerged. Like, give them their credit and their space to be able to own and run that. So I think everybody wins if we start to actually identify things and classify them for what they are.
I've always wondered this, like, where does an R&B artist go, like, for their platform? Like, with rap, there's so many platforms for rap.
Yeah.
But for R&B, it doesn't seem like there's that many platforms that are just a viral platform to launching new R&B music. Where do you personally go? I know y'all have OVO Sound, but other than that,
Nah, I'm gonna be real with you. I've been in so many conversations lately where I'm talking to people and I'm trying to get a real one started, because there isn't one. There is no Vlad TV for R&B or whatever it might be. So I really feel like I think that something like that would help shape and push this thing back to where it is. Like we're seeing R&B artists on Drink Champs and stuff now, right? So it's like, okay, cool. It's dope to see them sit down with Nori and sit down on a platform like that. But at the same time, I would love to see them sit down with somebody who is been dedicated to this art form.
Yeah, I seen you on a Breakfast Club say, this is my first Breakfast Club interview, and you're cool with Angela. They love your music,
Right.
but it took for that in order for you to even get a look. Is that frustrating? Like, damn,
Nah, I can't say it's frustrating because one thing that if I've learned anything is like patience in God's timing. You can't. I think you'll always be frustrated in life if you sit around and be like, damn, I should be here, right? I could have that. But I think I think at the end of the day, we still got to realize that we're still building whatever this new era is. And I think I can't wait to see something step up and really be that space for R&B acts and artists to go up there and live their lives, talk their shit, talk about their music, their life, their relationship, whatever it might be, and really get that same thing. It seems like if it's not drama related, then it doesn't really get any clicks. But maybe there's a way that the right person could kind of put it in a different perspective, I think.
There's been a lot of danger that's associated with being an artist. Do you feel like those are rap artists? Do you feel like R&B artists are still subject to those type of dangers, or do you think it's kind of like that's a thing that's only associated with rap music?
I mean, we move around like it is a real thing for us too. Okay. I think you gotta stay safe and you gotta know what's worth it and what's not. Me and my team, we've all been around, we've seen our fair share, been involved in our fair share. So we kind of always keep that, our eyes open and just our wits about us. But I think as soon as you start talking about money, money is the root of all evil. That's what they've always said. So I think as you start getting into, people and their intentions, I think you always got to be careful. And I think it's always on us as a community to kind of be like, just aware of, surroundings, and then, the pros and cons of doing whatever it is that you're going to do, whether that's a party, whether that's, going to check a girl, whether that's, just doing whatever your daily routine is.
We don't hear too much about R&B beef, two R&B artists going at it. I'm curious, I got to ask you, if it was D for you only have one song to cut to make love to, what is that number one song that you
if there's
would
a
say?
song from someone else?
From someone else that you say, this is the only song that I have that it's going down. Here we go. What song are you playing?
For sex purposes?
For sex purposes. Ooh. Okay, here we go.
And you're talking all time, right?
All time, all time. This is, you only get one. This is what you turning on. What you turning on?
Ooh, that's so hard. This is a hard question. But I will say, So Anxious it's always one of my favorite records. And it's long. It's a long song. So you got enough time to kind of, get your shit started. You know what I mean? It's got a bounce. And we sampled it on our first project. So, but I've always loved that. Yeah, I've always loved that song. Yeah.
Now, I always ask this of people who are often in the industry. Does a regular female have a chance with division?
Oh, 100%. I'm definitely not the guy looking for like the industry girl or the super popular or whatever. If I happen to meet that person and me and her have a connection, cool, that's what it is. But I'm not shooting at that. Like I said, I'm more about what's real. So if I meet you and you're working wherever you're working or doing whatever you're doing and we happen to just catch something real, that's all good with me for sure.
Now, real quick, for those that have never been to Toronto, man, I personally got a chance to recently visit. And man, it's kind of underwhelming as far as the people talking about what actually happens in Toronto, Canada. Like, it's really lit to a point to where you'd be surprised that more artists hasn't like bounced from there and just that's not the music capital. What are your thoughts on I want to say before Drake and after Drake as far as Toronto and the music that's coming from there?
We've always been a super talented, super cultured city, but Drake was the TNT, the C4 that blew the door open and kind of allowed people to look over there with a different set of eyes. You know, we've always kind of felt, we're so close to New York as far as where we are and stuff like that, that it's almost felt like, New York's almost like a big brother city because it's just it's right there and it's kind of built the same, it looks the same, but everything was over there. Everybody was going there for music and going there for things. So, just like any city, before it gets really popping, you're kind of just waiting your turn. But I think the Drake effect, as far as when he, kind of took over the game, it changed everybody. It allowed us to look as the city and say, oh, we can be here and do this. And I think that was all the gas it needed. And then, here we are with The Weeknd and, everybody, Party Next Door, Tory Lanez, Daniel Caesar, it's division. Yeah. They're just like, oh, okay, doors open, let's go. So it's dope, man, for sure.
What can we expect from this upcoming project?
I think it has a lot of what everyone is saying they've been feeling like R&B's been missing. I think that it has the realest, most accurate to today viewpoint on love and relationships and on situations. And I think this album we literally went into this like, we're going in here to make sure that people leave on every song and can't figure out which one is their song.
Amen.
And if I'm trying to make a baby,
we got something on there.
What song am I playing? What song? Well, give me a song. What song am I playing?
You might have to. No, there's a couple on there. There's a song called "Tired" that I think. Yeah. The song called "Tired" on there that I think is gonna really do that for people. That's gonna be there. All right, let's go get busy.
Hey man, brother, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, man, shout out to you guys, man, for having me up here, man. I ain't got nothing more to
Thank you for coming. And before we get out of here, is it cheating if you keep your ex's nudes?
Keep your ex's
nudes.
I don't know if that's cheating. No, I don't think that's cheating, but are you keeping the nudes to go do things to the nudes? Are you trying to look at them in your own time and
I just like to keep them in the archives, So sometimes
I don't think having the picture is the cheat. I think what you do with the picture can get you to the line.
Is it cheating if your girl go get a male massage?
Hell yeah.
Is it one of those island guys with the dreads that are all like oiled up? That lifting her up and doing it. Nah, she can't. Nah.
Yeah. Division, we thank you so much for coming
Thank
through,
you, brother.
man.
Appreciate you guys.
It was a real pleasure. Man, don't get too lit to forget. When you come back to Dallas, man, come holler at us.
Oh no, we tapping in.
Hey man, yes sir. You are a real life street star.
Hey, hold on.
Shout out realest street stars, nigga. Move it.